Yo, guys, welcome back to another episode of Baller Pod. Joining me are two people who need no introduction, mainly because they are here week in, week out. I'm talking about Liban and Hirsch. How you doing today, Hirsch? You all right?
Hey, not too bad, yeah. Great weekend.
Great weekend. F1, Premier League, all good.
Yeah, yeah. Stacked in boxing as well, so great weekend.
That too. Liban, how you doing?
Why
How
am
was
I
your
the
weekend?
why am I the only one that has the full name? Why am I the only one that has his government name on? Well, I have to change it. One second. Let me actually I'll change it later. But yeah, um, shit weekend basically. Yeah, as a United fan, my team lost and the other teams
And what
won as
about
well.
you? What about you as well? Like as a personal person, as
Uh,
on
Yeah,
your football session on Saturday, how was it?
yeah.
I won. I won. I thought I was great.
What was the score?
I remember.
I was 2-0 at the end, but yeah.
Yeah, you and my team, by the way. Just remember
No,
that.
I was not. No, I was
You,
not. We were captains. Anyway,
I remember. Yeah.
just before we get into the Premier League roundup of the three games we'll talk about, the Ballon d'Or took place. What do you guys think of that? The results?
A good, correct one.
And I 100% disagree. Corruption, Ballon d'Or is corrupt as you can get in football. I thought Messi doesn't deserve to win it and he shouldn't even know any of this, to be honest. If you look at his overall performance throughout a year, we're not talking about 8 matches, but throughout a year, a football calendar, half the season he was a retired footballer walking into games, and he had a shocking Champions League campaign. He had a shocking League campaign compared to other players that should have been nominated. And also, 8 games shouldn't define whether you should win a Ballon d'Or, because if 8 games is the rule nowadays, and that's the measurement we're taking, then that means that a lot of players should have won. So, for example, just to mention a few, Iniesta, Diego Forlan, there's a lot of players that could have won, and should have won based off this 8 games rule. But I don't think Messi should have won this year. And I thought certain people like Mbappe, Haaland were definitely robbed.
I completely agree with you.
One second, one
Thank you.
second, one second, one second, one second, one second. His stats were shocking.
Compared to what Messi's normally like we're talking about Messi level here. So that means
So,
25 plus goals and like 15
so,
assists plus in league.
so you're judging Messi based on Messi, not
Yeah, what
compared to his peers.
of course
He's not
Messi has set a
competing.
standard.
He's not
Messi
competing
has,
against it. He's not competing against it. So he's competing against others.
that's the thing. But Messi has his own standard. It's the same way Pep Guardiola said
So you're
Messi should have
punishing.
his own individual award.
So you're punishing somebody for having longevity in the game.
Well, not really.
Yes, you
No,
are
not.
because you're judging Messi past on based on his past 15 years or 16
So
years
what? So
in
so what?
football
What's your argument?
compared to Haaland, who's been in football 3 years.
So what's your argument then?
Yeah, no, but this year has been his best year ever.
I think you could say that, but if we're going to talk about Haaland, where was he in the FA Cup final, where was he in the Champions League final, Champions League semi final,
Yeah, but
FA Cup,
on his way there.
FA Cup semi final.
Okay,
What
where was
those
Messi there?
as a person who just purely scores, blanked out on all four. And it's not like he didn't have chances. Oh, there were chances created for him. He just kept missing them. And you could tell the occasion was getting to him basically. So what what
Okay,
if
so
it's based on
so
that, I would rather give it to
let's okay,
Rodri.
let's use
Rodri is
let's
ahead
use
of
the
him
logic
than
then.
Haaland. I don't think a guy who just basically just scores. That's all he does. He doesn't link up. He doesn't do nothing. He just is in the box and he just scores. Compared to Messi, who did the most difficult thing to do in football, which is win a World Cup.
Oh, really?
Ronaldo, who people regard as the second best footballer ever, has not won a World Cup. He's won everything else apart from a World Cup. He's won a Euros as well, but he hasn't won a World Cup. He hasn't even come close to it. So World Cup is hard, and he was the best player. Watch, not stats, just watching him, he was the best player by far.
I disagree.
So, who was the best
Okay.
player?
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
I thought Mbappe was, to be honest, I
Game
thought
to
Mbappe had
game. Game to
Mbappe was
game.
absolutely phenomenal, except from
Where?
two
How
games.
was
Except from
two?
two
Two games.
games, he was
Messi.
absolutely phenomenal.
Messi was
And to
fantastic.
top it up,
Messi
he
was a
scored a
fantastic.
hat-trick in a final. I've never seen anybody throughout this generation, even Messi himself, do a hat-trick,
How
score
many
a
penalties?
hat-trick.
How many penalties?
Oh, Messi, yeah, he scored like what? 50%, more than 50% of Messi goal in the World Cup has
Plus,
been
he
penalties.
also assisted as well.
No, okay, how many assists? He
Quite a few
definitely wasn't.
assists.
He wasn't top assister.
He made the best assist of the
He wasn't
tournament.
top assister,
He made the best assist in the tournament.
but he wasn't top assister.
Was he play? Who's player of the tournament, by the way?
Let's check.
Because the player of the tournament,
The top assister was
hold
Bruno
on, hold on, hold on,
Fernandes.
hold on.
I was sure
Because
about
hold on,
Bruno
hold on. Oh,
Fernandes.
yeah, he was a top assister. Bruno is a. But let me say something else. The best players don't always win. Sorry, the people who win the World Cup don't always win the best players.
What?
Yeah. 2018, Luka
What?
Modric won it.
Yeah, he was.
2014, Messi won it. 2010, who was 2010? I think it was Muller. Who was it? Diogo Forlan has won it. So the best players don't always win the World Cup. They don't give it to the World Cup winners. So that 2022, Messi won it, and he dragged his team as well. This is not a great Argentina team. Don't get fooled by that. Is a terrible Argentina squad. Okay, attack wise, and you could tell because his forward was playing against him. Mbappe didn't have a forward that was playing against him. So
I just want to know what's your reasoning, because you right now you made
I
50
feel
different
I feel
arguments.
I feel in a World Cup year, the person who wins it, and it obviously, I feel if he's the best player, he wins the Ballon d'Or. That to me, that's how it should be because that's the
So
best
right,
tournament.
okay. So you judge a Ballon d'Or based on 8 games. So that's your logic nowadays.
It's the
So now
biggest tournament. It's the biggest tournament in
so
football. Let's not
so
scrub past
so the
that.
World Cup now happens every 4 years. So we
Yeah,
should now make Ballon d'Ors every 4 years
no,
because the best competition comes about four
no,
years.
no. But
So that's the
is
logic.
is it not the
I'm
best
sorry.
competition? Is it not the best competition?
We're using your logic
Hold on,
now
hold on,
then.
hold
So
on.
let's keep the Ballon d'Or every
Hold on.
4 years then.
Zidane won it based on the 1998 World Cup. Did he not? Ronaldo won it based on the 2002 World Cup. Did he not? Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or based on the 2006 World Cup. Did he not? What? So there is history behind it. It's not like this is just the first time that's happened. So
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
And can we also talk about the Ballon d'Or as a competition itself?
oh,
Because
it's a
I think
popularity
that's a
contest. Oh, it's a
oh
popularity.
so okay, so
But
so
it's
Messi, so now we
but
know
I
Messi
think
wins it because of popularity. Okay,
Messi
thank
is
you.
the listen.
Thank you.
Messi
Move
is the
on.
best. No, hold on. Messi is the best player in the world right now. Is he not?
Disagree. Disagree. Right
He
now,
is.
he's playing MLS. I'm sorry, mate. He's not even playing the most
Just one. He's
competitive league in
just one.
football.
Hold on. He's
He
just
said
won.
right now. Am I wrong? Like,
Hold
is
on. By
MLS
the way,
the
are we
best league in
forgetting?
the world?
Also, are we forgetting the fact that he also won the finalisma? Are we forgetting that as well?
What the hell is that? Like, is
The
this
best team in Europe versus the best team in
South America, the
South
Americas.
America. Yeah,
so? How is this relevant?
because he played well and his team won as well.
And when was
It
this
does count
competition
now.
created?
It
When
does
was this
count.
competition
No, it
created?
didn't create. It just restated. You
Oh,
didn't know that,
really?
did you? Yeah.
So
It's
what
not
happened in
like this.
2010?
It's just recreated. It's reinstated.
So just to support the Messi agenda, they basically said, let's give him an extra award.
Listen, that was not how it
Okay, like, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
okay. Finish, finish,
I'm
finish,
done with
finish.
Messi. I'm done with Messi.
By the way,
All
hush,
right.
hush, hush, hush. One second. Do you have a Messi shirt?
Try not to comment.
Uh, Case closed. The fact that
Case
Hush has a
closed.
Messi shirt, that's all I have to say. He doesn't have nobody else's shirt, but he has a Messi shirt.
All right. Okay. Okay. So we will be talking about three games. The Manchester Derby, Chelsea
Oh,
Brentford, and Spurs Palace. Of course, we'll start off with the biggest game of the weekend, which was the United Derby. Liban, as a United fanboy, I'd like to hear your opinion on the game.
yeah, I'll refer to Hush.
Okay, I thought this game was honestly, it was like night and day, the comparison. I thought United, no confidence. I thought they lacked ideas, lacked. It was just like at least in a derby, you want something, some kind of passion, something to get the crowd up and running, but nothing this game. I think that what made it worse was the fact that Varane wasn't even starting, the fact that he played Maguire and Evans in what's possibly the biggest game United have played this season, and then he had Amrabat as the DM, and then he had the front three of Fernandez, Højlund, and Rashford. And let's be honest, none of them really scored. I think there's a stat going around where United front four or United strikers have only scored one goal in all competition in the Premier League. Oh, in the Premier League, my bad. And this is a front 4-5. That's if you had to put the price tag together, it's like what, over 200 million. So I feel like there's a lot of problems at United. I still think Ten Hag is the coach that should stay. I don't think there's any better manager they could get. I think all of them are just above their class because now they still think they're United the biggest club, but they're not a big club anymore. This average club that are trying to be an ambitious club. But yeah, big questions for United. City looking good, strong, and yeah, worrying signs for other teams like Arsenal and Spurs and Liverpool.
Of course, can't forget about Liverpool, man.
Yeah.
No, you
What
do
about
you
you?
want do you want to say anything?
On me, oh yeah, you're gonna go on a rant after. Okay, so I thought City just outclassed that entire United team. Even when United had the ball, there wasn't really anything going on for them. And then to this day, Hirsch, you say Ten Hag's the right person for the job, but to this day, in his second season, I still don't see no identity whatsoever in their team. At least with Ole way back when, there was, counter-attack football,
There's
with
no identity on Dole.
Hey, listen, bro, it's my time to speak. Let me
Yeah.
speak, all right?
That's
Most of
what
your
people
goals under
say.
Ole was counter-attack football
That was
anyway.
literally Hesh was saying that same thing under Ole, so he can be my evidence. Wait, Hesh?
Carry on, Mohammed. Let
Okay,
let Mohammed
I
finish,
my
please.
bad,
appreciate that, man.
my bad.
With Vranjek, it was a pressing team. He wanted everyone to press. And okay, what did Vranjek do, huh?
Nothing,
Was that nothing?
nothing.
He wanted a pressing team, though.
It
That's what
was
he's known
it
for,
was
right?
one thing and doing are two different things.
Yeah, no, but his philosophy and his identity was pressing, yes or no?
There was no pressing at all when you had
I'm saying
United
him.
starting 11.
Okay, forget about you, man.
Yeah.
You got smoked. City smoked you 3-0. That's all I'll say.
Okay,
Go on your rant.
I'm not going on a rant. I'm just talking. I'll be honest. I turned off when they scored the penalty. I turned back on just as they scored the second, and then I turned it off, and I didn't bother watching. I just went back to watching NFL. As for the game, I thought we had two openings which could have made the most of. I think Hoyland, if he had chosen them, if he had made the right choices in the first half, I think he could have put Rashford or I can't remember someone else through. If we had scored that, it would have been a different game in my opinion because I feel once we score goals, I think we don't lose. I don't think at home as well. But unfortunately, we did not score. Uh, we conceded from a very very soft penalty. Do you both of you agree that it was a soft penalty?
Uh,
I've seen them
it would
given.
have
I've
went either way.
seen
It would have went either way.
99 of them not given.
I've
Come,
seen some given.
like what?
Tomiyasu, I think it was 2 seasons ago at Old Trafford.
How many seasons ago?
I think it was 2 seasons ago when we
Okay,
had the yellow jersey, but
so a while back.
I've seen them given, so it's nothing new to me.
That's been last season. Tomiyasu joined us last season, nah?
And last season was now, I think the season before. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it was his
Okay.
first season. Yeah, when Odegaard scored that goal. Remember when he scored at Old Trafford?
It was
And then
last
Okay,
season.
yeah.
Ronaldo
was
scored. See.
Oh, yeah, he was there then. Yeah,
it was last
Yeah.
season. Actually, it was last season. No, it was 2 seasons ago. Actually, right. Sorry, my bad.
yeah.
So
It was a
yeah,
World Cup.
yeah, and as for the team, I don't know what it is. I just seen a slight drop off of performance. I don't know why it is. I think a lot of it, in my opinion, got to do with Lissandro Martinez not being here. I think he helped so much in the build-up play, him and Luke Shaw, because they would constantly pass through the lines, pass through that. But we have Maguire and Evans Wow. Okay, but not great on the ball. It just kills our attacks. And I think it
I
was
thought Evan played quite well.
Yep.
no, I'm just saying on the ball. That's why we look so clueless, and that's why Ten Hag has had to change it basically. And yeah, it's just I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's been we played a lot of games. I think if I'm correct, I think we played the most games in Europe last season or second most. So I think the fact that we played that many games, we went basically to the final, Carabao Cup, went to the FA Cup final. I think we got knocked out in the quarterfinals, but we also played those two extra legs, which those other teams didn't. Went deep in all those with such a thin squad. We basically had a thin squad, especially up front basically. So I think, especially, and it was also in a World Cup year, so it was a lot of minutes under the legs. And that exact same thing happened to Liverpool. Liverpool went deep in all four competitions. They almost won the quadruple. Next season, there was just such a massive drop off. So yeah, it's just that's what I think a lot of it. To me, it's like compared to last season, right? Especially at home, we would create so many chances. We would batter teams off the pitch, right? But we could not score. Now we don't even look close to creating chances. We just look so clueless, which was never the case last season. But now this I watch them, I'm like, this is not what are we doing? And I think a lot of it probably is down to our build-up play. We're just so slow, and also the fact that what I've noticed also is teams can just cut through us. I think that's the reason why Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva kept exchanging in on the right hand side because I felt like they wanted Jack Grealish to run deep into their box. As for why this is, I think this is a pattern developing, and you just seen that from the briefings that Rob Dawson's come out. He's obviously the United what is it? Plug
Spokesman.
talking or what is it?
Spokesman.
Spokesman. That's the word. And it's the same classical thing as I see for every manager. Oh, the manager's trained us too hard. Oh, this, that's that. Blah 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 blah. I think in order for us to change, in my opinion, you have to get rid of maybe 50, actually no, 50%. That's being too nice. I think 70, 80% of the players. I think they're just, to me, mentally, they're not right for this club. I don't think they're either good enough or they're just mentally not capable of playing for a club like Man United. And secondly, the board has to go. Richard Arnold, not Rupert, what's his name? Murdoch, someone, I don't even know. Get rid of Rupert Murdoch as well. A lot of them basically have to go. And if they do that, I think we might be able to challenge for trophies. If that doesn't happen, forget it. We're not winning no leagues soon. So yeah. Any
Okay.
Yeah.
objections?
Nope.
Quite a few. Quite a
What
few.
I could go what?
And you mentioned about minutes and United players playing a lot of games last
Yeah.
season. I do remember City going quite far in all four competitions as well. Well, I say three competitions to be honest. So, but they also went to I think City had the most players going to the World Cup. I think so. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but I think they had at
United,
least top
United,
two,
United was literally one less than them. That's all.
or something like that. And I think the City was quite top when it comes to players playing the World Cup or going to
But
the World
I
Cup.
think we
And
did you have players playing in the World Cup final? Did Man City have players playing in the World Cup final? I don't think so.
Julian Alvarez, did he come on?
Yeah, he came on, but he didn't
So
affect them.
yeah, so listen, we'll continue the argument because you don't know your stats
But
here.
carry on. But they've
Okay, and but
also
so they went
I must say one thing. Pep notoriously rests his players. Like, and that's because he has got a big squad and he's
I
capable.
disagree.
But
I disagree.
okay,
If
okay.
you
I'll
actually
say
look at
this.
it,
He has a lot of players that can play on multiple positions. And so what he does is he will literally not play a guy for 3 or 4 games. And
I
he will
mean,
bring
it's
another person.
smart. It's like an NBA load management. It's
It's
nice.
smart, but that's what that has also to do with the recruitment. They know how to recruit players. We can't do that. So he can literally, like, Jack Grealish just came back into the team. He was not playing for a good few games.
I was surprised when they started him instead of Doku. I thought Doku would have been a better
But
person to go against. Was it Dallo?
but he did cook us. I think
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah.
I think what Pep has realized is one of the ways to kill Man United is just constant third man runs. You know what? When Bernardo runs off what is it? When he
Grealish.
does those blind runs, I think that's what happened even last season away from home. They just kept doing those blind runs and we couldn't cope with them. And this is what happened this season as well. They just kept making those blind runs. And because we're so incapable of reading plays like that, they just kill us. And that's literally what happens in the second goal. Bernardo makes a run beyond Jack Grealish. He crosses it. How Haaland did not get picked? I will never. The most dangerous player in the picture was never picked up.
He said he
Okay, yeah.
wasn't gonna go on a rant, but he went on a rant.
Yep. And just another argument you mentioned about Ten Hag need to clear out, I think 70% he said of the squad or players. So if we have to go back in history and think about the players Ten Hag has signed, just to give you a few net players. So he signed Anthony, he's previously worked with. He signed Onana. He signed Lisandro Martinez. He signed Malacia, who's previously played under the Dutch league, but he had some experience with him. Like he's seen him play. And he signed Casemiro. He signed Amrabat. He signed Mason Mount. So if you look at the spine of the team, he's actually built a spine right now. And the question I'm going to ask you is, so
hold on.
when is the identity going to come?
So first of all, two of the players you mentioned are basically out long term in Lisandro and Malacia. So
Okay.
it's clearly the spine's still not there yet. So
Okay.
the spine's broken basically.
Okay.
What names did you say?
Onana?
Amrabat and Casemiro. I literally told you last year, one season and it's khalas, and
Okay,
that's proven to be right.
let's look at it as a
Amrabat,
spine.
I feel he just needs time to adapt to the league. It's just he's not. You could just tell watching him, he's not up to speed. He hasn't even had a preseason as well. So
Okay,
literally, yeah.
so as a spine, we're going to look at it from Onana. We got Onana, Lisandro Martinez,
Was he not? Did he not play
Amrabat.
great last night? Yesterday,
What?
Sunday, however, he played. I think he's coming.
Nah, I still don't think. I think he's like there's a
Do you
moment
not
where, for
see the save he
example,
made?
but I'm gonna go back to so early on that match, there was a situation where Haaland should have scored, where he it was I think it was a cross,
It was the
and
same
he
how he
just
scored the
parried it.
second
He
goal.
parried it to Haaland. He legit parried it to Haaland, and Haaland should have just tapped it in, but he just failed to do that. So there's some of his kicking as well wasn't really accurate.
Hold on. Haaland didn't even have time to kick it. Onana parried it away before Haaland could get to it. So don't get that
But
twisted.
again, like if you're gonna criticize goalkeeping, that should never happen. His parrying should never land to Haaland, and the ball should have never hit to
Yeah,
Haaland. It should have carried back.
I think you're nitpicking.
That's what I mean. That you have to nitpick in these games. Big game is fine margins.
It didn't lead to
You
anything though.
can't just say you
It didn't
can't
lead to
nitpick
anything
because
though.
coaches always is the fine margins. Like for example,
But that fine margin didn't lead to anything though.
okay, for
If you're
example,
nitpicking him when you're
there's
not
one
talking about the other players like Bruno and Rashford who stunk up the joint.
So who?
again.
Who?
Don't change.
Bruno. Yes, he did.
But yeah, but on honor, yeah, honestly. So you said he had a
He was the
fine game,
best
but
player. Okay,
and
sorry.
that's shocking.
Who was
You
the best
can't
player?
let
Onana was our
Onana, he
best
said.
player.
Who?
Onana was our best player.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That like this
He
thing.
could have been 5 or 6, man. What are you talking about? He could have been 5 or 6. 5 or 6 at home. Imagine that.
But it was the best out of the bad bunch.
I think if it went to 6, I think people would be saying, yeah, get rid of this guy. I think it would be pressure from within the ball. The fact that it was only what 3-0. Oh, carry
I
on.
think
Okay,
De Gea would have done better, but yeah.
yeah. And on just continue on Onana. So that's Onana, and then you got Amrabat. You got subbed up. I think at 45 minutes, you got substituted. I think I missed some of the games, but so he missed
I don't
second half of
think
the
it was
game.
that. Was it that bad?
He did get a yellow card, which
Yeah, he did get a
wasn't a
yellow
yellow
card, but
card.
I think this thing as always Ten Hag, right? Whenever goes behind, he just does a tactical suicide where he just kills us off, and he takes off a holding player and he plays. Who did he play? McTominay.
Mount.
McTominay and
Oh,
Mount,
what?
yeah,
Okay.
No,
yeah,
McTominay played in the six basically.
Oh yeah. That is in his position. I don't think.
But he does that
yeah.
though. He just goes for it basically.
Yeah.
We're still in the game first half. Second, whatever. I can't remember. Man, I'm just head's
But
gone.
yeah. Yeah, that's it for me,
Carry
to
on,
be
sorry. What
honest.
are the objections
And then
regarding?
other regarding that, and how's your prediction for the next few games? Because I feel like confidence is probably now at one of the all-time lows you could see. Because the only hope you have now is if you get players back like Lisandro, Varane, because you can at least have a solid base to work with. But now you're playing Evans and Maguire. So where's the next confidence gonna come?
This is what I feel, right? This is giving me perfect, identical of 18-19 season under Mourinho, where we would literally struggle against the home sides, but when we came to against the sophisticated sides like your Man Cities, who are better at just everything, we just get killed. And I don't think this is going to change at all. I just don't see it. Honestly, I just don't see it. I've seen this before. I've seen the script before. I don't think it will change. I think we'll probably scrape through in the next few games. We'll probably beat Newcastle. We'll probably win 3 or 4 games. Maybe one of them would be at least a convincing game. But we'll go back. We'll probably play a big side. Have we played? Or we probably when's the Liverpool game? It's probably soon. We'll probably get beat of them. Then the pressure is back on him again, and it's just this.
Yeah, your next big game
It's
is
Chelsea,
against
isn't it?
Newcastle.
Newcastle tomorrow, right?
No, that's in December. Yeah, you've actually got three quite easy games.
We'll probably watch. We'll probably drop one of them as well. We'll
You got
probably drop
Fulham
one.
next.
That's a tough game. Fulham away
You
is
got
tough.
Luton,
Easy.
and you've got Everton.
Is Luton at home or away?
Luton, your home, yeah,
Okay, not looking good
and
though.
then Newcastle after that.
I honestly, I told you what, a few weeks back, this season's a write-off. So yeah,
I mean, you did have them finishing top five. Do you
Yeah.
still believe that?
yeah. Where do you say Chelsea was finishing?
Six.
You didn't say six. You said top five. So don't.
Oh, maybe fifth. Yeah,
They
fifth. I put
they they're
Newcastle
in,
sixth.
they're in a worse position, but we'll talk about them later. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Uh,
let's keep it moving.
General question. Do you see this getting any better, both of you,
For who?
on United?
Yeah, I just want to hear you say it. No, no, no. Unless they make some big. The thing is, I don't know who they can purchase in
I think the
January.
only thing that could change, and this is me being as hopeful as possible, new ownership. They announced new ownership. Yeah, but yeah, it was crazy. It still hasn't been announced. It said what did it say? It said what 3 weeks ago that they were gonna do it through a board meeting or something like that. That still hasn't been done. That's been delayed. So I'm like, are they actually taking it back now? Are the Glazers gonna stay, or are they thinking about that offer again? Man, there's these Glazers, man. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Oh,
Lovely.
the fact that Ed Woodward, yeah, the fact that Ed Woodward was allowed to spend £1 billion, have a hit rate of 0.01% of targets, right, and still stay on, is incredible. Incredible. He left on his own accord because he was getting threatened by the players, by the way. Yeah, sorry, by the fans. He left on his own. They were even planning to sack him. That's where the problem lies. When there's no accountability.
Had a stink on Saturday. Have another stink on Sunday. It was nice.
Let it continue.
Yeah, are you done, or do you need a few more?
I think it's done. We need to switch off the tap. There's too much water leaking.
All right. Next game. Chelsea played Brentford. To which they lost 2-0. Another home loss. That is now 8 losses from home this calendar year. You would think after having a spectacular performance against Arsenal, not spectacular, but one of their best, you'd think this would be a walk in the park for them, but they came with a loss. Hirsch, have you got anything to say about that game?
And yeah, I did watch that game. And to be honest, the first 20 minutes, Chelsea were kind of at it. Palm was like working in the pocket space. Sterling was actually running at players finally. Kukure had chances, and Madueke hit the post. And I felt like if they don't score early, Chelsea, especially against these low blocks teams, they just somehow just don't know how to play against these low block teams. They just play again within themselves and they just fail to actually create clear cut chances. And I think what doesn't help is they don't have Jackson. They have Jackson who's not really like a sharp shooter. He's just more or less like an active striker. But yeah, I think the problem really is Chelsea defensive. They're not bad. Like they are actually quite good statistically. I think they've got the fourth best defense in the league. It's just that when they get certain teams like low block teams, because they play five at the back or whatever 4-3-2, whatever they play, it just doesn't look really good. But against the bigger teams, they will somehow come up and play quite well. So I really don't know Chelsea. The good thing is they've got Spurs next, and I feel like they're going to step up against Spurs because it's generally they hate Spurs.
It's too man. It's their Spurs need to drop points, man. I can't stand them.
It's
But
about
yeah,
time, man.
it's about time, man. They've had too much fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like next game they might actually win, which is kind of crazy because they've lost against Brentford, but they will actually pick up a point against Spurs minimum, I think so. But yeah, the situation is less bleaker than United. I think United, it's an internal battle, whereas Chelsea is more like a footballing issue because they've got the players there, and the players are actually quite good. It's just the fact that the manager hasn't got a system to work out the best way to solve problems. But yeah, I feel Chelsea might do well next few games.
They've had two home wins since February, by the way.
Yeah, how many on the
How do you see
potch?
this game better, by the way? I'm just curious
Oh,
because
okay, okay,
I feel they just reverted back to type. This
okay.
this was this was a carbon copy of Forest at home. What, a few weeks back? Was it a month ago? This, am I wrong in saying? It was literally second half.
Yeah, but
They
that's
were
the low
okay
block
second
team,
half.
isn't it?
They were
Forest is a
okay
low block
first
team.
half, but second half they were awful.
Again,
But genuinely awful in possession. I think they had like no shots on target whilst trailing, which is crazy. Normally, you would have at least a few shots. You would create a few openings. Nothing. They Brentford looked comfortable.
Yep. Throughout the game, they had 17 shots with only two on target, and I think those two were in the first half as
Yeah, it
well.
wasn't too hard. Majority of the shots were probably in the first half as well. Honestly, you saying Jackson, I think is the fact that that midfield is too defensive. I think they need a. I know Palmer is a 10, but I feel they also need another creative play. I don't think. I
Enzo's
think
not the
no,
creative.
Enzo is. I think Enzo, but I feel like when you have a Gallagher in there, it's just he doesn't contribute much to attack. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, but talking of Brentford, I felt first half they didn't turn up. Second half, and Harrison made a good point where he said that if Chelsea didn't score within those first 20 minutes, Brentford would just go into the game. And that's literally what they did. And once they started getting those chances, I think late towards the first half or something like that, they just grew into the game and they're the ones that looked like scoring and that's what happened really. And they walked away with a win really. Yeah. Anything you know yeah.
I think Mohammed to say anything else to add to that.
Just Brentford took their chances. Of course, they're not really a possession-based team compared to,
Hmm.
the other top leagues, top teams in the league. But they just took their chances. And what was also very funny is Sanchez, another goalkeeping error. He went up.
Yeah,
I think that's a bit harsh. I think that's a bit harsh. It
I
was
don't get it.
90
Why do goalkeepers have to go up?
because
And it was like Martinez last
it
season,
was like
against Arsenal.
but I think there was
Yeah,
like a minute left. It was a minute left till
yeah, and then what? You're gonna lose a goal on the other side, and then
might as well.
potentially that could be the difference in you getting European position or not. Like, you're not really gonna benefit. I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, and the final game we will be talking about is the Spurs Palace game. Another good win for Spurs. They came out with a 2-1 win over Palace. Uh, so my question to you, Hirsch, is how long do you think they can keep this up?
And you know what? I don't know because one thing that I rate about them is that they got a style, and as long as they can keep the players fit, I don't see why. There's nothing going to stop them from getting top four. If they can win, are they going to win the title? Possibly not. Are they going to challenge? Possibly yes. which is kind of crazy. Yes, I think they can probably challenge. People say that there's a lot of luck in what they're doing right now, but you need a lot of luck to win a title. So, for example, last season, Arsenal, there's a bit of similarities there. Like I remember when Arsenal, for example, just about scraped Fulham at home. That's very similar to how the Sheffield game was. So there's a lot of similarities I can see, but eventually I think the gas will run out and they would crash somewhere, probably like top four. But yeah, I think they'll continue to December.
I think, in my opinion, they're just 1, 2 injuries away. Same as us last season with
Yeah,
Saliba being injured. I think they're just 1, 2 injuries
yeah,
away from being done.
yeah.
Anyway, you disagreed on some parts, Liban. Well, what you guys say?
Have the attacking quality out wide, basically. Arsenal had Saka and Martinelli. They have
Kulusevski and I don't know. He plays on. Did Richarlison play on the
they have
left
they have
that
Brennan
game?
they have Brennan Johnson.
Yeah,
So you're
but he's
telling me
more of
those
a.
two, but Saka and Martinelli did a lot of the carry load when it came to goals, and I know they got Madison, but I know I said Madison would not do well at Spurs, but oh wait, it's gonna hit. Just give it a few more weeks. He'll hit a bad patch. Don't worry, he'll hit a bad patch. Just he'll have an injury. So my prediction always comes true about Madison, but once Madison goes out and they have to rely on their wingers because they don't have a number 10, do they? Am I wrong? Is Lascelles still at the club?
Yep.
Is he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's not. But I think a lot of the attack goes through Madison. A lot of the attack, and I feel once he goes out, as you saw in the League Cup when he didn't, did he start? I don't think he did, but they were clueless, and they have to rely on the wingers. That Brennan Johnson, he's okay, but come on now.
I mean,
But
Son scores again from a central position. Do you think that his time on the wing is now over and he's moved to the centre now?
yeah, I watched him first game of the season. I think he played left wing, and he looked like a guy who did not know what to do there. That role did not suit him at all. And I thought the quicker this, I think I said in this show, I thought the quicker they move him up in the middle, the better. And yeah, that's what it turned out. I think he scored a hat trick, and they did move him. So yeah, but with Spurs, I feel they are. I know they dominated possession against Palace, but they only had two shots on target. Actually, they had a shot on target, and one of the goals was an own goal, which and Palace were defending well, and Palace were also quite threatening the other way. I just feel with Spurs they are getting a lot of the rub of the luck. I just do. Like Liverpool, they did not play well, and somehow they snatched a winner. Sheffield United, they were losing 1-0 till what, 95th minute? Arsenal should have been out of sight at 2-0.
2-1.
Man United should have been 2-0 ahead at their first half. They are getting a lot of luck. Fernandes literally missed from 2 yards out. United got denied a penalty. I just feel they're getting a lot of luck, and I feel once that luck runs out, that's when you start to see. And people need to realize who's playing centre back. Who's the other centre back choice? I know it's Van de Ven and
QT Romero.
Rookie, but who's the third option? Because before it was Sanchez, but he's gone.
Romero
It's a Ben. No, who's else other than that?
And
and
Eric
Davis.
Dyer.
No, but Eric Dyer was on the bench. I'm pretty sure Eric Dyer was out of the squad for a few match days. So they have someone else there, but I kid you
Ben
not.
Davis.
No, but yeah, but Ben David. Oh, yeah, true, but yeah. But I'm just saying their squad depth is literally horror. And I feel if you get injured to Bissouma, if you get injured to Madison, if you get injured to any of the centre backs, if you get even an injury to Son, that's when they start to fall off. And I'm going through that. I'm going through this history of Spurs. Basically, it's a history of Tottenham. When the pressure
Tottenham.
gets big, they're gonna fall off. But having said that, they haven't made the best start. I think someone said that this is the best start in Premier League history, and I think this is the second best start in their top flight history. I think the first they won the league. Is this going to be the second one? That's what I'm thinking. But yeah,
I
as for
mean,
Palace,
Palace,
yeah, sorry.
they didn't look too bad. I
They look
mean, they're the
they try hard. That's the thing. You played them, we played them. They will give you a game, but eventually you will win. That's the problem with Palace. They can't seem to win those games. They will have moments, they will trouble you, they will give you scares, but they will never beat you. I know they beat us at Old Trafford, but that was a different story. That they just but at home they never seem to win against the big sides.
I mean, they are missing their two best players in Alicia
True,
and Eze, so
true, but we actually we didn't even win there, but they don't win. They don't win. That's what I'm trying to say. Away from home, they should. No, they're at home. They should win against some of them at least. But yeah,
there was this football conspiracy that I saw on like Twitter. It said like Palace lose every game of the season, but they still come out at 12th place.
I swear they've not had a bad season, but they've had a below standard for me. But they're in 11th or was it 10th, 11th? Am I wrong? Maybe
Uh,
they've dropped down because a few teams won. But honestly, I just feel this season might they might be
13th.
they might be in trouble, but I think they'll be safe just because of the fact that the teams at the bottom are so bad, and I mean so bad that they don't need to worry. Everton, they might get 12-point deduction, but they're probably favourites to stay up out of the bunch. Because Luton, they just can't seem to win. Sheffield United can't seem to win, and
Burnley.
Burnley is one of those. Burnley is the spot where you're like, could they do it? Could they not?
I
But
mean,
yeah,
Bournemouth is down there as well.
Nottingham Forest is in there as well. Am I wrong in saying? I think.
They're 5 points away from 18th,
But where are they? The 17th, aren't they?
16th.
16th. There you go. I did say Steve Cooper, he might get sacked. That was one of my predictions. Just
I
saying.
said Sean Dyche. That could
That's
happen.
that. No, I don't think that's the case. They've looked a lot more convincing compared to their previous seasons. They've won. They won at freaking West Ham. They won at West Ham, and to be fair, they looked comfortable. Jared Branthwaite, he's due a move to a big side. That's all I'm saying. He's impressed.
Oh, okay. He's saying that because United are linked with him. And
No,
this
no, I'll
guy,
watch him.
anything to push a United transfer target agenda, he'll do it.
Have you watched him?
Yeah, against Arsenal, against Everton, when
How was
Everton,
he?
well, Nketiah lost him, so it wasn't good enough. What? Like we're talking like Saliba, like
He's good.
level. He's not Saliba level.
Okay.
He's not Ruben Diaz level. He's not Van Dijk level. So what level is he at?
Liban, is he better than your current backups?
Yes, yes, yes. Easily,
Okay.
easily, easily. Linda,
Like Johnny
honest
Evans.
to God.
Johnny Evans is good, man.
But yeah,
And also massive shout out to this week to Gary O'Neill, my manager of the year so far. This guy honestly is doing crazy jobs. You know, like when I remember somebody told me, yeah, when Bournemouth got finished 10th, whatever they finished, they said he deserves manager of the year. I was like, nah, you're waffling, you know. But oh boy, this is turning out to be a masterstroke. He's actually a very capable manager.
I mean, does somebody have Wolves going down?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
don't
on,
know
hold
who
on,
it was
hold on,
though,
hold
man.
on, hold on, hold on. First of all, you are not getting away with that shot, yeah. I was the one making case for Gary O'Neill manager of the year, and
Really?
you laughed at me.
I
You
think I got
laughed
it
at
from Twitter.
me.
I think I got it from Twitter, not from
No, I
WhatsApp.
know from I was defending him. I thought this guy has done a superb job. That team is as awful as you can get, and he managed to keep them up.
I mean, I
And
think it might go downhill from now, man.
I made my prediction just before Lopetegui got sacked.
Okay,
So that's all I'm saying. I know how good it is. You were
sin.
laughing you were laughing when I said man of the month. You say he got lucky.
Neto's injured though, man. I think that's a big miss though,
Where are
man.
they? Where are they? I think they're mid-table. Are
They're
they?
12th, yeah.
Yeah.
You see,
They're tied on points with Chelsea.
the fact that that team is actually mediocre, but the fact that he's somehow they can't score goals, but they're somehow scoring goals. I don't know how.
Mm. He beat Man City. Few teams haven't
Somehow,
beat City.
you see what I mean? You see,
And United as well should have won at United.
you
Yep.
see what I mean? You see, he's a good coach.
Did you see his Sky Sports clip? He came on MNF and he basically was analyzing Bournemouth. And I was like, oh, why would he even do that? Like the club that sacked him, he didn't analyze like analysis on how to beat them.
Oh,
That was too funny.
I rate that, man. I
Yeah.
rate that. I rate that.
I also
And
rate it.
Bournemouth.
Remember Morpay took Sanchez's shirt and took a selfie with
Oh,
it.
Not even that. Did you see what he did during the game?
What did you do?
he got a yellow card for
It was it was warming
Oh
up
yeah,
attitude.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Anyway,
yeah.
that's it. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's the prediction round. Liban, could you just say what's the board looking like? Has been updated?
I tell you what, I've been very unlucky. I have updated it.
Okay.
Uh,
Tell you what, being different last week did not help.
oh, he
Did
helped
you
you.
did you note down
He
your stuff
helped.
like your
He helped.
scoreline, Hamid?
He helped you. He helped you
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
I went
Yeah.
back into the video and just noted it down.
So this is I was so close to greatness. I was so close to greatness. Let me tell you the predictions 1 second. So in last place with 2 points adrift is me in 49 points.
Continue the
Se-
streak of being bottom from
second
week one.
second place is MH and
Oh,
leading
unreal.
away with a whopping 61 points is the thug Mohammed Utay. Well done, well done.
That Villa game came clutch.
Oh, shall I tell you what games I came close to? Well, I came close to what games did I come close to? I came close to the Wolves one. No, sorry. The Bournemouth one. I predicted 2-0. It was 2-1. And I came close to the Liverpool game. I don't know why I said 3-0 one ish, and it was 3-0. It's just also the freaking what's the game was it? The Aston Villa game. It was 3-1
3-1.
Aston Villa, and I got 3-0. I was so bad. I was like, freaking own
I was
goal saved them. Own goal was the one that's whatever.
I was gassed.
I'll start first.
No. Yeah, you started first last week.
No, I said it's whoever's last starts first.
Oh, so you're gonna
Nah,
start every single week, yeah?
Yeah, he started 1 week because he was last.
me.
Yeah, I remember
I
you.
don't think
Yeah,
I
he
think it's
did.
the week. It was the week that we didn't do the pod.
No,
That
I'm
I was
pretty. No,
last.
no, no. I am pretty sure
I'm
you
not
Oh,
gonna
the
lie, the
first
weeks we
week
you
don't
are
of
do
last.
pod, I always go first.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
yeah.
hold on, hold on, hold on. I think I have proof.
No, I remember the first week I had a shocking, and then I was last.
I have proof.
And
Shall
ever
I show you
then,
proof? Shall I show you proof?
Fine. We'll do the same order. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
we're fine.
But I'm
I'm
just
fine with
saying.
it.
I'm just saying. Hirsch game week 7. You are 2 points behind me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, carry on.
Not worried. Not worried.
Okay,
First game, 12:30, Fulham United at Craven Cottage.
1-0 Fulham. I have no hope. I have no hope. It's either gonna be a smash and grab or one Fulham win. It's one of those. You don't expect a convincing win. Freaking Pauline is back as well.
And I'm saying 2-1 United.
Of
Up the
course, you're saying
Reds.
that. That means United are gonna lose. Carry on.
I am saying
Our draw is the
2-1
best bet.
Fulham.
Okay, I see that happening. Carry on.
Hmm.
Next game is Brentford versus West Ham. With Brentford home, of course.
That is a tough one to call. West Ham are coming off a loss. Oh, that's a tough one. I say. Oh, that's a tough one. Pick the no. 2-2. That's a shit result. No, I take it back 2-1.
Nope, nope, nope,
No,
nope,
no,
nope,
we
nope.
submitted it.
Such a
Uh,
tough game to call. Wow.
2-1 West Ham.
Nah, that's not happening. But
2-1 Brentford.
that's the score I wanted to say.
Next game is Burnley vs Palace.
What 2-0, 2-1 Palace. That's a Palace win written all over it. Oh shit! I have to.
One
Oh, sorry. One sec. I completely forgot that to write it down. One sec. Give me a second.
1-0
Wow.
Palace.
One sec.
So what do you say, Harris?
1-0 Palace.
You're joking.
Yeah.
I
Was that
just
your
wrote that.
prediction?
I wrote that down.
One second, lads. What did I say? I said 2-2. No, what did you say? Hirsch, did you say 2-1 West Ham win?
Yeah, 2-1 West Ham.
Oh, this. Okay. And Mo said 2-1 Brentford.
Brentford. Yep.
Cool. I said, what did I say? 2-0 or 1-0 Palace?
Said 2-1.
You said, Mohammed Hirsch, what did you say?
Said 1-0 to the Palace.
Okay. Mo Ote?
2-0 Palace.
Okay.
Next game is Everton Brighton. My guy
Everton,
Matoma's not been doing his stuff, man.
Everton, Brighton. That's a tricky one. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 Brighton.
Okay.
Calvert-Lewin's back, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
he's back
He's
and
gonna,
scoring.
yeah, so 1-1.
Brighton will do win.
1-1.
Yes, okay.
1-0 Everton.
Okay, interesting. We've gone for different results.
Yep. Uh, we're probably gonna get the same one, but Man City versus Bournemouth.
Oh, I've predicted that there's going to be hammering, but I've never predicted the correct score. 4-0 Man City.
5-0 City.
City.
3-0 City.
One sec.
So we got me with 3, you with 4, and Hirsch with 5.
Yep.
Okay. I said 5-0.
Haaland. Yep, Haaland was going to be clutch.
And Mel said 3-0.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next game?
Sheffield versus Wolves.
Sheffield Wolves. Oh, that is a stinky game. 1-1 draw.
2-1 Wolves.
That's the better result. I should have said that.
2-0 Wolves.
Are Wolves at home or?
Oh, Sheffield's at home.
Okay.
Big game on Saturday, Newcastle versus Arsenal.
Who's at home?
That's all.
Whichever team I say first is home.
He hasn't processed it yet.
Oh,
Is he going to predict Arsenal win?
I'm smelling an Arsenal win. Newcastle are coming up for midweek game.
Newcastle have no Tonali. They have
Oh
no
yeah.
Botman.
Oh yeah.
And they have, who else? There's quite a few other players that are out. Ali Isak is out because he's got an injury.
But that's not players that are going to make massive difference.
Isak don't make a
And
Botman.
difference.
they've got
Botman don't
a
make a difference.
Botman, come on, man. It's not like he's played great this season.
Okay,
I don't
Jamal
blame
Say that
Messi
he's
Lascelles.
fan.
had a great season. They've looked better when Lascelles come into the team.
Oh, really? How's that
That's when
Dortmund
their
game
form
then?
started to pick up. Come
How's
on.
the Dortmund game then?
Oh, come on. That's just a one fluke goal, man. Come on.
That's football, dude.
What about the Liverpool game when they lost to 10 men?
What's your prediction?
Prediction, please.
Can I see Arsenal win by 2 goals or 1 goal? That's my question.
Do you see them conceding a goal as well? Arsenal.
David Wright is going to concede one by
Oh, okay,
himself.
okay.
That's what I think, yeah.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Newcastle. He could be 4-1 Newcastle at this rate.
Shock! I can't wait till Arsenal play Luton at Hashbricks and Luton win.
You don't know. It's football.
Oh, of course, it's football. Waffle.
2-0 Arsenal.
Excuse me, I printed
Yep.
that.
No, you picked
I
2-1.
know you said
No,
2-1.
What did he say?
I said 2-0.
Sorry, my hearing is a bit off.
He's gonna drop Raya. Imagine. Anyway, next game on Sunday now. Forest Villa.
I think I see an end to Villa's run. I feel Nottingham Forest will bounce back. I feel a 2-1 Forest.
And it's a Midland derby, right? So it's going to be.
Midlands is a bit of a stretch.
Oh, it is
It's not because they're in two different Midlands.
4-1 Villa.
Who's at home, Mohammed? Who's at home, Mohammed?
Forest versus
There you go.
Villa.
I'm
Come
just
on.
reminding him. I'm just reminding him. That's all.
Yeah, Ali Watkins hat trick.
Okay. Right. Okay. Are Villa in the Carabao Cup as well?
I don't know. I don't consider that as a cup, but United fans do.
No, but I'm just saying that's extra games in the body for them.
I know they're out. I'm pretty sure they're out.
Are they?
Yep.
3-1 to Villa.
Okay. Interesting.
That's my first 3-1 of fixtures.
I just feel they're due a loss. It's Una Emery side. They don't go on a long winning streak in the league.
Luton. You get it? Yeah, Luton versus Liverpool. That means Luton's home.
3-0 Liverpool. How's she not going to that game?
No, I'm not going. 6-0 Liverpool.
I don't see that.
Liverpool's got the best attack.
But they're away from home.
What do you say, Liban?
3-0 Liverpool.
You boss.
It's the safe score.
4-0.
1-0 Luton.
Oh, if
No
I did
chance.
that,
Luton,
that would have been a throwaway
I
point,
feel
man.
with results like that, you should get like double. I feel
No.
like you should get double for just crazy stuff like that.
And on Monday is the long-awaited Spurs versus Chelsea in
Big
Tottenham
game.
Stadium, which hosted the NFL last week or the week before.
I went
Yeah.
to that, you know that?
Oh, did you?
No. I just think Chelsea will put up a spirited fight, but they'll lose because Spurs are still on no run. I just see that. The 2-0 Spurs.
Wow. I thought you said they're gonna lose.
I don't know. They're in that annoying run.
And 2-1 Chelsea. Mudryk
Come on,
2
Chills. Come on, Chills. I felt if they were at home, I think I would have predicted Chelsea win.
I mean, they drew against us.
Yeah, but
And
you don't know their
they're
way form. Their way form is a bit iffy.
who's?
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
especially I guess away from home as well.
I mean, does it matter home and away to them? I mean, they're dead either way. But
Absolutely.
I've got 2-2.
Interesting. I would like that to happen.
I would like that to happen as well for me to get the points.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is that
that
all?
is all the predictions done.
That's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. Thank you guys for well, it's not really my podcast, but thank you for joining. All right.
It felt like a long one.
It did feel like a long one, mainly because of the Ballon d'Or segment and the United segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I must say
It,
though, I must say, enjoy it while it lasts. This happiness like you're doing in front of me, it won't last very long. Don't worry.
What happiness?
You just
about this.
the smugness coming out of both your faces.
I'm not happy United being what, eighth in the
Your
league.
tongue has just come out. I can see it through a webcam that your tongue has come out.
Okay, but I'm not happy United being eighth in the league. This is
Oh,
Manchester United.
I'm ecstatic, man. I
Okay.
love this.
All right. End the show. Like
End the show.
end the show, bro.
Thank you
End the
for
show.
watching another week of Baller Pod. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Ciao.